everyone and welcome to another video. If you're new here, hi, my name's Kayla and I live on a Big 5 game reserve in Africa. And the first thing I want to do in today's video is a little strange. Last night the baboons stole one of the pillows from the deck. I don't know why they do this, they do it all the time. So let's go and track down a pillow. This is certainly not how I thought I would start off this video. I have no idea what they could possibly want to do with the pillow. The view from up here is so pretty. I'm really hoping they didn't take it outside camp. I am full of blackjacks. That's these annoying little plants. They stick to everything. Ow. I think I found it. Stain on it, and I don't really want to know what that is, although I can probably guess. So now we are going to go and return this. Anyway, now I'm going to go and reposition the snakes on the solar panels. We put them there just to try and keep the baboons away. They always work a little in the beginning because baboons are absolutely terrified of snakes, but it's only a matter of time before they find out that they're not real. So I'm gonna switch them around so that they think they're moving. It's so gloomy today. The lighting keeps playing with my camera. That's just lovely. Seriously. So this is where we get our electricity. Well, most of it. And anyway, now I'm just going to move around the snakes to hopefully delay the baboons from finding out that they are real. This is supposed to be baboon proof, however just the other day they broke too, which is obviously expensive, so we're really trying to find a way to get them to stop climbing on them. The view from up here is so pretty. So this is what they look like. For some reason, this is the only one that I could actually find that's still on the solar panel, so that means that the baboons moved the rest. So I'm going to go and look for those now, and then I'll pop them all around the place. Not gonna lie, I'm going to be a little disappointed if the baboons actually think this one is real. Okay, I think I'm done setting all of these up. Let me go and show you what they did to the ones that they broke. Completely shattered. And these are supposed to be baboon proof. I don't even know how they did this. I certainly couldn't do this even if I tried. It's completely bent. I was actually woken up by this one crazy baboon this morning. I don't know what is wrong with him, but every single morning. So we've got this it's like a big chair. It's made out of rattan, and every morning, I don't know why he does this, but at 5 a.m. he will go up to the veranda, all confident, and he'll I don't know, but you can see this guy means business. Then he'll go and start rocking on it. He'll put all his weight on it and yank it back and forth until it falls and crashes onto the ground and makes a huge noise and wakes the rest of us up, and then he just leaves. And he does it every single morning. It's part of his little routine, and I have no idea why he does it. I think maybe he might see his reflection in the window and he's like, I don't know, trying to threaten the reflection. I don't know, but he's crazy. Anyway, I think now I'm gonna go and read for a while, and then after that my mom and I want to go for like a bit of a game drive this afternoon. Okay, now I'm going to do some reading, and it just so happens that I'm going to be reading my very own dad's book. He wrote this during lockdown, and I will put an image of the blurb on screen if you're interested in buying a copy, and I'll also be putting more information in the description below. But yes, I'm going to read this now, and I will see you later. Up reading, and apparently there's an elephant at the waterhole, so we're quickly going to see if we can go and find him. You can see him from the window, but let's go outside and get a closer look. This males and must, which is a natural period male elephants go through when their testosterone levels rise. You can't really see it from this far, but you can definitely smell it. It's a very distinct smell, and once you've smelled it once, you'll definitely be able to recognize it again. Although bulls and musk can be very unpredictable, he's very calm now. He's actually busy fidgeting with the salt lick, so he's scraping it with his foot and knocking some of the bits off, and then he sucks it into his trunk and then he eats it, which is actually a very civilized way to do it. Usually they'll just like lift it up and drop it until it shatters into a million pieces and then just crunch on those whole chunks. Also, here I'm just showing you how close the river is. This one time, a herd of elephants dropped the salt lick into the river until it completely dissolved, so the poor fish there ended up being saltwater or marine. I'm sure they really didn't enjoy that. We place the salt licks out to provide essential minerals like sodium, calcium, and magnesium that some animals don't get enough of from their normal diet. They're especially useful for antelope, buffalo, and other herbivores that rely on plants low in certain nutrients. Elephants, however, usually find enough minerals naturally through soil, water, or natural salt deposits, so these licks aren't really for them, and they also devour them in seconds. Also, sorry if you can hear any background noise, they're just busy with the fire break. Which, now that I think about it, I can actually show you guys. Out here in the bush, fires are something that we have to be very careful about. Specifically during the dry season, everything dries out and a tiny spark can turn into a big problem really fast. That's why we do fire breaks, clearing strips of land to slow down or stop fire from spreading. We also use controlled burns to manage fuel and keep the land healthy, but the most important part is being prepared. Everyone on the team knows exactly what to do, who does what, and how to stay safe. There was once a fire that got so close it completely surrounded the lodge. Luckily, because everyone knew their roles and followed the plan, the lodge was saved. Out here, far from hospitals or outside help, having a clear emergency plan isn't just helpful, it's essential. Okay, now I'm gonna go and show you guys what we use to beat the fires. This is a fire beater. Only the experienced people who actually know how to use it can use it. But yeah, you basically just use this to hit it. Okay, now my mom and I are gonna go on game drive. Yeah. Uh-oh. We were lucky enough to come across yet another elephant bull today. He's also very calm, relaxed, and completely covered in mud and dust. That's actually their way of keeping cool under the hot sun, protecting their sensitive skin, and keeping all those insects away.
I feel like elephants are often very misunderstood. Scroll through social media and it can seem like all they do is charge at vehicles or people, but that's far from the full story. They'll never act aggressively for no reason. Like any animal, they have their own ways of communicating, showing when they're uncomfortable or asking for space. Learn to read these signs and respect their boundaries, and you'll see just how gentle and intelligent they truly are. And I'm saying that while he's pooping behind the vehicle. He's like, "What are you looking at?" Sorry, buddy. We then came across a troop of Jaco baboons. These are the same baboons that I was referring to earlier in the video. Well, not this exact troop, but the same animal. And in the distance you can also see some impala. Here I'm trying to show you a water buck. I'm not sure if you can spot it, but he's standing there in the back. We then drove around the river to where the impala were to get a closer look. And you can also see the baboons from this side too. A little while later we found a male cheetah. He's a little far from the road so you can't see him that well. And he's also very sleepy because you can see him yawning here. And then after that, a wildebeest came nearby, but the cheetah won't go for the wildebeest, it's a bit too big for him alone. They usually go for smaller game like the impala we just saw. Here I was trying to do the thing where you film through the binoculars. I don't think it worked that well, and I think it's safe to say that it was probably a failed attempt, but I thought I'd include it anyway. Just look how dry the bush is. We then found some rhino. These are all white rhinos, by the way, despite the very big color difference between the one in front of us and those ones in the back. They just had a very big dust bath in some very yellow looking sand. This guy here in front of us was also very curious. Those birds running around their legs are helmeted guinea fowl, by the way. Anyway, I think I'm going to end off today's video here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Also, just look at all the oxpeckers on this rhino in the front.